Hey guys, this is Trevor here. So, what do I do? So, I currently work as a software engineering intern at Amazon. I'm rated 6 star at CodeChef, and I'm rated 1871 at Codeforces, which is 30 less than a candidate master. I've been to ACM ICPC thrice, and it's the most important thing. I'm from a three-tier college. So, I'm here not to discuss about graphs, dynamic programming, or any other stuffs, or any other interview experiences. I want to share my experience with Skill Academy, which was previously known as InterviewBit Academy. So, there are some questions which you people want to know, like should we join Skill Academy? Like how is Skill Academy? So I'll not answer any of them. I'll just share my experience, and after that you can judge on it that you want to join it or not. So what is Skill Academy actually? So it's a course or curriculum which has a 6 months course in it, and after the course is completed, they start referring you according to them to top tech companies, and then you get a job, and then you gotta pay them. And irrespective of you landing a job from them or on yourself, if you're enrolled into their academy, you gotta pay them. And for us, the pay was 17% of our base, with a maximum cap of 3 lakhs for 2 years. So uh, and yeah, so the first batch started in April, the second batch came on in May, the third batch came in June, the fourth batch came in October, and the uh, current batch that is coming in is now in April. So this is the so currently we have 4 batches till date. I think April batch got over right now, I guess. Anyways, so you might ask, hey Striver, you are rated 6 star, so why did you join Scale? So my answer will be dar. That's something in Hindi phrase, right? Dar. Like every three-tier college has this fear in his mind, whether he'll be placed, whether he'll get companies, whether people will refer him, and there are several other questions lining up. And another thing is, I had good coders in my college uh, who did not get placed previous year. They were not referred to any places. They got one or two chances and they were rejected. So there's this sense of fear in us that यार नहीं मिला तो ट्राई कर लेते ना, क्या ही चलाएगा, 3 लाख ही तो है. तो that stays inside us कि क्या ही है यार, if you're earning that much we can pay 3 lakh, right? That's not a big amount. So that sense of fear that people use. So uh, I came to know about the Scale Academy from LinkedIn, so I appeared for the test. And let me tell you guys, the test is not easy. Uh, the test is really not easy. It has really tough problems. There are 5 problems lined up, which actually I had in my test. That 5 problems, and out of those, I think 3 were constructive algorithms, which are really of high standard. Like you should have a super problem solving skills to. Like you should have a decent level problem solving skills to solve it. And again, there was a DP problem. So you can understand, like if you're joining Scalar, you are already a good programmer. And the next thing, there were, I guess, according to them, there were 10,000s of applications, and they select only 300. So you can understand the competition and the cream students they have taken. So you could understand the chronology. वो सुना ही होगा, chronology आप समझिए. cream बच्चे लो, they will get placed themselves. So according, क्योंकि यार, if you're good at coding, you will get a good job. Not if not 300 out of 300, yeah, 200 people are bound to get a good job. So that chronology, get best students and then get money out of them. So it's kind of that. Anyway, so I joined Scalar. So they had all this big hoarding saying Apple, Uber, Google, Amazon, etc etc कि यार इसमें तो referrals दे देंगे. So we were really convinced that yes, these guys would be giving us referral to those companies. So according to my test, I got a salary cap of 12 lakh. So what happens is, they give you a salary cap. So in this 1 year, if you get a job, it's by them or without them. If you get a job in this 1 year span above your salary cap, that is CTC above that salary cap, realize, if they say you 20 lakh as your salary cap, that doesn't mean if your base is 17 you're not paying. If your base is 17 and your salary might be 40 or something. Like in Microsoft, what happens is they give you a salary CTC of 40 plus, but eventually the base is 13 or 14. So it doesn't matter, right? So you have to pay them, and you have to pay them 17% of your base for 2 years. So I joined them at a cap of 12. Eventually, I noticed that I had a better profile than many of the tier 1 people, and they had salary caps of 14, 15, 18. So it was a college biasing that was done. Why? Let me answer this. According to me, this biasing was done because they knew one thing, that this tier 1 people with such good programming skills are bound to get placed in their campus placements. So it doesn't matter if you give them a salary cap of 20 or something, they are bound to take placements from the colleges. And even if Amazon or someone takes, they pay a really high salary. A base might be low, but the CTC is high, and that is what that matters to them. So first thing, so I joined it due to fear of not getting placed. Yeah, you can say you could have trusted your talent. Yeah, that's fine, everything is fine, but come to our college someday. There's only one company coming to our college in the entire year. That's for IT people, and it's of 3 or 4 lakhs. So I did not want to end up at that place. So I eventually enrolled it. So you can understand those 300 people were really good at data structure and algorithms. So their course comprises of data structure and algorithms. Apparently, they're taking 300 probably the cream students who are good at data structure and algorithms and teaching them data structure and algorithms again. So I think it's of no use teaching them data structure algorithms because they already know it. So and that is first thing. The second thing, they are teaching system design, uh, web development, and probably having hackathons, but that is one or two in the entire 1 year course. So this goes on. So I can assure you the course is brilliant if you do not know data structure and algorithms. If you know data structure and algorithms, it's a mere waste of time, because I did not watch any of the lectures of data structure algorithms, because all of the questions are literally from lead code. Every question at interview bit is exactly copied from lead code, I can assure you that. And almost 80% of the questions are copied from lead code, where even the problem statements are not changed, also the examples. So you could imagine paying 3 lakh for a course, for a DSA course, and plus system design, some classes, operating system as sure, because in YouTube a lot of people teach operating system, DVMS, OS, and better than most of them. So yeah, DSA is taught by a lot of good people, but yeah, not according to them. ASM ICPC region finalist, world finalist teaches the entire course. That is what he said. It's not that. So they teach only 20%, not even 20. It's 10% of the entire classes. They teach like probably 4 or 5 classes they teach, and rest are taken by some different peoples, and probably some of them are also current fresh graduates. That means 2020 batch. So it's fine. The course quality, structure, everything is fine, but I have a problem that the problems are copied from lead code. So there's nothing exclusive that you solve. You could also solve it at lead code, and every lead code has a proper discussion forum where you can discuss your answers. There are answers at YouTube, you will find their solutions too. It's fine. So let me walk you towards my journey. So what happened was I joined Scaler. So I got a decent salary cap of 12. So I was very happy that okay, Scaler would give me a lot of referrals and I would get into this. So I'll get into some big top notch company. Apparently, I waited for referrals till October, November. So when October came up, Google started hiring for 2020 freshers, and I think it was 23rd October when they started hiring. So I approached someone at InterviewBit, asking them for a Google referral. So what they said was, okay, we'll see to it, and they are still seeing to it apparently. And they sent me a referral around this March 15. They sent me a mail actually. He looks interested in you and thinks you might be a good fit for Google. So I thought they were hiring in October, and then they've freezed hiring after February, and they're sending me a referral now. So what happened was, after October, I managed the referral on my own. I had a Kickstart rank of 200 in one of the contests, so I also got a call through Kickstart, and so both of the processes were merged eventually. So it was one of my friends who referred me to Google. So it's okay. So I thought, okay, not Google, probably they would be referring me to Apple, Uber, and etc. So time went by. November came. Amazon was having a off campus intern hiring. So I again thought, let's approach interview a bit and get some referrals. So I went to them and said, hey, can you please manage me a referral to this intern, because I think applying in the website would be really absurd, because there are 10,000 of applications every day. So what they said is, okay, we'll look to it. Look into it. We are arranging you. Until now, I haven't been reverted back. That's fine. Uh, Again, one of my coding friends helped me out. He managed me a referral, and I cleared the interviews, and now I'm interning with Amazon. That's fine. So I'm really grateful to him. So next step comes. They refer me to Lido Learning. So what I was said was, it is a 6 months internship. Lido Learning is a startup based company. They hire in most of the Mumbai colleges and they pay 10 lakhs. So what I was said was, Lido Learning will give you 6 months intern. After that, they might convert you to a PPO. So I asked the recruiter, what's the salary? So he said it's 10. So it was under my base cap. So I said, okay, you can send me the link. So they did send me the link, but of 2019 people. So I said, hey, you're sending the wrong link. So what they said me is, hey, do not attempt that link. Wait, we will be sending you the correct link for the SD intern. Till date, it's coming. I haven't received any email. Great management. Uh, Next comes up interview bit. So there was someone, as I guess Tushar or someone, I don't remember the exact name, posted something, Prakhar or something, whoever it is, posted something on LinkedIn that we are hiring SD interns plus instructor interns. So I thought, okay, so let's give it a try to interview bit. So what I did was I messaged him directly to, hey, I'm interested. So he said, okay, just forward your resume. I'll look around, and if possible, I'll call you. So I did forward my resume to him. So he called me up. So after that, he just asked my email ID and he entered in his system, and he apparently checked that I was a Scalar student. It's now renamed to Scalar. It was previously Interview with Academy. So I was Scalar student. So what he said was, hey, sorry, you're already enrolled to Scalar, so I cannot proceed further with your application. So I was like, okay, fine. Now after this, what I did was, I contacted one of the CEOs, Anshuman sir, I guess. Yeah, I texted him over LinkedIn that, hey, this is my resume. I'm interested in the software engineer. Can you forward it? So he forwarded it to one of the internal employees. And this time, what I did was I changed my email ID. The email ID that's enrolled in Scala was not the same. So they apparently processed me for an interview for an intern. So I got an Amazon intern till then. So what I thought was, okay, let's try with them, because I wanted to see what will happen. So I failed the interview, because it's fine. It's a parts and parcel of the game that I was rejected in the interview. So now, before 5 days, one of the other CEOs, Abhimanyu Saxena sir, is calling that as a referral. I don't know how it is considered to be a referral. Anyways, so let's move on. So this was about Lido Learning and InterviewBit. And I was not given a referral to Google, neither to Amazon, neither to any of the Apple or Ubers, as they mentioned in the onboarding webinar. So we moved on. Further to January. So I was literally worried, because 6 months went by and I did not have any jobs in my hand. So what I did was I constantly asked them for referrals for Dunjo, Kyofet, different companies, Media.net, no referrals. So I was literally frustrated. I had a conversation with other people of May batch, one of my friends at April batch. I asked them to, like, is it the same with you? So they said, yeah, it's the same. We are not getting referrals. And the reason they were saying was, we are 2020 graduates and none of the companies are hiring now. So we said, okay, fine. So I think we have to wait. Probably 2019 people were getting referrals. So my point is, if you know that experienced people would be getting referrals and not freshers, so why did you enroll freshers into it? And that also, four batches. Four batches means around 1,000 people, 1,000 referrals. I'm talking about 1,000 occupancies, job positions. I think that's not possible. So what happened? They did not give me any referrals. January went by. I was really tensed. So I decided, okay, it's up. I think I should not depend on interview bit. Then I started trying on my own. So I got a referral to Media.net by LinkedIn, because one of my seniors, not seniors exactly. Now he's a senior, because I had a good talk with him. So he referred me and I got the job in March. So in that span, what happened was January 25th. Yeah, coordination has pan India two times, right? So one is in the September duration and one is in the January duration. So in January 26th, they had this coordination Republic Day test link, where people across pan India would appear for the test, and the people who will get shortlisted will have interviews. So what interview bit said is, hey, we are referring to a coordination. So we said, okay, fine. So we had appeared for, actually we had filled up the form for that pan India test. Now interview bit send us the same link of the pan India test. Now in which world is this called a referral? Can anyone see? So I have two of my friends, actually three of my friends, working at coordination. I approached them, ki, hey, is it in a referral that you give the global link? So they said, hey, no, if we refer you, it's a direct project round, no coding round in coordination. So can I consider that as a referral? Cross, no. Okay, fine. Went on. So I started working at Amazon. So suddenly a day a mail came to us, I think probably to every one of the June batch, that hey, if you're facing any issues, please revert back, we'll be happy to help you. So it was from Saurav Saxena, one of the, I think, head of operations. Yeah. So I did revert back that hey, I haven't received any referrals. It's been 9 months, so please look into it. I am jobless and all those stuffs. So they he actually gave his number and said me, hey, you can feel free to contact me. So I did ring him up. So we had a conversation for one lengthy hour. I guess it was 50 to one lengthy hour, 50 minutes to 60 minutes. So I think I was a bit harsh because 9 months without referrals, I think this is something beyond my imagination. So he calmed me down and he assured me that I would get referrals. Then he checked my problem solving percentage, which was under, I guess, 70. It was around 67 at that time. Yeah. And my attendance percentage is, I guess, 5 or 6 percentage. The reason being, I'll give a proper answer to this. I said about the test. So I think, like, there are cream people coming over. So is it justifiable that data structure and algorithms and you get back and watch arrays, stacks, queues, dynamic programming videos? Guys, we know that, right? So I don't think there's a point in wasting time in learning that. I had a 6% attendance. I can assure you can get back to my curriculum and check that I watch LLD videos, because to a fresher LLD is asked, I did watch every of them because I wanted that. I didn't knew that. The thing that I didn't knew, I watched from you guys. But I don't think watching DSO was sense. So they were saying your attendance is really low. I don't get the point. Yeah, why should I keep my attendance high when I don't need to learn that stuff? Then also they're saying, no, you watch it, increase your attendance percentage. I think that's absolutely not done. So it happened. So I said them, hey, see, I cannot do that stuff because I'm interning currently, and don't have that much of time. So I think an alternative can be take my interview from any of the instructors you want in interview bit, and if they clear me on any of the subjects, be it DBMS, be it DSA, any of the subjects, if they're happy that I'm prepared, I think you should start the referrals for me. He agreed to that. So next day he said, okay, I'll actually schedule an interview for you from one of the our instructors. That date till now has not arrived. Fine enough. Days went by. In March, one of the girls from, I think, I don't know who she is. So she called up for me that, hey, I'm the recruiter calling from interview bed. Like, there's an opening for D show. So I said, okay, fine. I think you should refer me for SD role. So she said, no, we cannot refer you for SD role just because you are in Tier 3 college. So I said, hey, see, I have a good coding profile. You can refer me for SD role. I think they can consider. You can have a talk. She was very, very, very sure that no, they will not be. So she said that, hey, there's no SD role. There's another role. So do you want to apply for it? So since I was in the office, I asked them to have a brief about the role. So it's similar to SD. You'll work along with SDs and all those stuff. I said, okay, fine. If I'm working with the SDs, I think it was said as MTS something. If I don't remember. In D show it's MTS, member of technical staff, and some things he said. I don't exactly remember the conversation, but this was the thing. That's it. So on that note, I said, okay, fine, refer me. And on that, during that time, my process was going on with media. Right? She referred me. After that, I get a mail. that it's for SDT tester role. Just imagine they're referring for a tester role. That's really not done. So I avoided it. So this was the one link that I got from them, that is for a tester link. And in the onboarding webinar we were told that if we do not like any post, we can avoid that. So I avoided it, so I don't count it. So apparently in onboarding webinars we have said Apple, Uber. By the way, if they say that they are referring to Amazon, I think that's very weird, because if you just scroll over LinkedIn, I guess everyone is referring to Amazon. So getting a referral to Amazon is not that tough nowadays, given the mass hiring they have done with this Hyderabad office. So yes. And next thing, so 4 or 5 days back, so no referrals yet. March went in, everything went by. So a few years back, I got the offer from media.net. I was really happy. So someone at talent social group and the flock asked me, actually asked in the public, asked in that group, that how's the Scale Academy all about. So I shared my experience with them, that hey, I enrolled for this, like I had this fear, like people were getting on me that hey, you're a 6 star, so why did you join this. But you need to understand, guys, you need to understand, and that there's a sense of fear among us also. We are not invincible. We have a sense of fear, we have a sense of responsibility towards our family. So that is the reason we enrolled. So it was fine till then. So we are having a conversation that hey, it's, I don't think it's worth for referrals, and I don't think it's worth for paying, like I don't feel it worth for paying 3 lakhs for this data structure algorithm course, because in the market you can get it on a very cheaper rate. I think instructors are fine, instructors are world class, but 3 lakhs for, I don't think that's justifiable. And the next thing, TAs are not that productive, because they're self confused. If you ask them a tougher question, they will be like, okay, I'll see to it and come back. This has happened to a lot of people. And so let's consider the next thing. So suddenly Abhimanyu Saxena so jumps in, and he jumps in, hey, this guy is baseless, his allegations are baseless and all those stuffs, and suddenly pings in all his success stories of interview bit. So the success stories comes in. So apparently the success stories, when you scroll through them, the pages are repeating. So he calls it 500 plus success stories. I don't know how in world you get 500 plus success stories, because you have 900 plus students according to you, and you get 500 plus success stories, and you scroll the page and you get the same names again. You can go through and check it, that you'll actually scroll and get the same names. So that's not done. Second, success stories. So you must be thinking, hey, in LinkedIn they are posting a lot. So do you think 900 people enrolled 50 success stories in LinkedIn? And many of them, like I guess I have 5 or 6 friends who have said that they have that placements on their self, and InterviewBit asked them to write a testimonial. InterviewBit did not refer, first of all. Next point. Done. So Abhimanyu Saxena jumped in, and the next point that he mentioned is he was not knowing me. Who am I? Because my name was different over there. So he didn't have any idea about my email ID at Scalar or nothing. So he could not get access to any of my things. So what he said was, this guy must be a skillless guy, so that hence we did not refer him. His skill set might be weak. I think you need to develop your skill set. He said me that. Someone jumped in and said if he was a skillless guy, he would not have got a job at media.net and Amazon respectively, and he would not have this much high ratings. So he was shut after that. So everyone actually got over him. So after that, okay, the conversation ended over there. So that was all. And next day, Abhimanyu Saxena in the night pings me at 3 a.m. in the night that hey, you have been referred to interview bit, and you have been referred twice to interview bit. So that is there twice. You have been referred to Leader Learning. I haven't got the link yet. You have been referred to SDT, the post which I did not want. You have been referred to Coordination. So I don't understand how he calls them as referrals. So that was it from my side. So I'll give you some insights about my colleague's story. So some of my colleagues are also enrolled. They're not speaking up because they're scared that they might hamper connections and such stuff. It's not about me. Like, I have got a job. They have no jobs currently. They have no referrals, no jobs. And even if they are getting referrals, those are to 6-7 LPS. Imagine 6-7 LPS and you're paying 2 lakhs. Doesn't make sense, does it? And probably the company names you haven't heard, and the onboarding webinars, they had this big companies, and trust me, we do not see any of the big companies that are mentioned in their websites. And that's a very honest opinion from a guy who was in this batch. Next thing that turned up to me was many of the, okay, I had a problem solving percentage less, mentor session less, attendance percentage less. In June batch, I can count you 15 to 20 people who have problem solving percentage greater than 75, attendance percentage near about 80-90, and mentor session greater than 10. They have not been referred yet. Zero referrals, zero jobs. I think everyone needs an answer. So we the people, we the students looked up to you, looked up to Scala as a sense of hope, as a sense of reliability, that yeah, we tier 3 have a choice. Because tier 1 students will get placed eventually somewhere down the line in their college, and there are people who are working hard in LinkedIn, like I got a job through LinkedIn. So is this condition viable, that if you manage a job on yourself, then also you got to pay? I don't think that's viable, because you're already taking cream students. So I don't think you're teaching us data structure algorithms, are you? You're not. So why are we paying this much? We know we have signed for it, but I think we signed for something better, that is data structure, that is referrals. And you might say today that, hey, we are not someone who's taking money for referrals, on we haven't taken zero money. Hey, listen, you will be taking money, so stop claiming that you won't be taking any further money, that you are not taking money. Stop claiming that you will be actually taking a whole lot money after this our batch ends. So that doesn't make sense. So this was my story, and I'm not the only 6-star who did not get any referrals. There are 2 or 3 other in different batches. I know them. Zero referrals to them also. I can count you a lot of people who have got one referral for 3 lakh. Not done. Not done. Seriously, not done. Further story. This was my part of the story, and the other people would have their part of the story too. So now what happened recently, so they come up in the InterviewBit website. If you go through, they have this thing written that even after your course ends and you are with no job, so they will help you for the next 1 year landing a job. So it's clearly written in the website. You can go through that. For the next 1 year, they will be helping out you with referrals. So apparently they shoot out a mail to us, all the June batch people, that hey, due to the coronavirus, recession has happened. It hadn't happened. The mail was before a week. So the recession did not happen till that. Recession, I think, started 2 days back. So we do not have companies. I think, will not be able to place you. Such claims were made. Please extend your agreement by 6 months so that we get a chance to land you more job offers. So my first question is, so you mentioned in the InterviewBit website that you'll be referring after 1 year. So why do you want us to extend the agreement? Extending the agreement means we have to pay, right? So second question, if you're taking 6 months more, so don't you think you should have a cut down on this money taken from us, because you're already taking 6 months more from us? Instead of 1 year, you're taking 18 months. So why should we pay the exact same amount to you? That's not done, right? Correct. So what's the next thing? I think that's about Scalar. So that was my experience. I don't know, I was lucky enough to get a job from LinkedIn or not. I don't know, if I would have not got a referral to Media.net, I think I would have no job till now. And so that is it. So it's on you to decide how Scala Academy actually is, whether you want to join it or not, whether you want to join it for referrals, whether you want to join it for learning. You have to be really good at data structure algorithms to clear the test, because they give good problems. If you can clear the test, I think you can clear. I think you got a hint. Anyway, so it's on you to decide. I gave my experience. I think many of them will be coming out soon after June to give their experience too. So it's on you to decide whether you want to join or not. I'm not encouraging or discouraging anyone to join this or to not join this. I mention it clearly in the video, and all the states and all the statistics that I have given it, I have proof of everything. So just in case you want, you can come and take from me. So guys, thank you for watching. So do like this video, share it among your mates, and do subscribe and press the bell icon. Bye bye.